Now, this is for the Zero channel. It's an adult channel. Not saying this is an adult book, but it's a subject that it's better put here than at the other channel. It's called, in this book review, A Taste for Poison. A fascinating tale of poisons and poisonous deed that both educates and entertains. Kathy Reich said that. Wow, I was just reading a fiction book by her. It's by Neil Bradbury, PhD. Yeah, it's called 11 Deadly Molecules and the Killers Who Use Them. It's a St. Martin's Press out of New York. A brilliant blend of science and crime, A Taste for Poison reveals how 11 notorious poisons affect the body through the murders in which they were used. Pretty gruesome. Any reader of murder mysteries can tell you poison is the most enduring and popular of weapons of choice for a scheming murder. It can be slipped in a drink, smeared on the tip of an arrow or the handle of a door, even filtered through the air we breathe. How exactly do these poisons work to break our bodies down, and what can we learn from the damage they inflict? Combining elements of popular science, medical history, and true crime, Dr. Neil Bradbury explores this most morbidly captivating method of murder from a cellular level. Alongside real-life accounts of murders and their crimes, some notorious, some forgotten, some still unsolved, are the equal compelling stories of the poisons involved. 11 molecules of death that work their way through the human body and paradoxically illuminate the way in which our bodies function. Drawn from historical records and current news, A Taste for Poison weaves together the story of spurned lovers, shady scientists, medical professionals, and political assassins to show how the precise systems of the body can be paired to lethal effects through the use of poisons. So it even goes through the latent polonium to kill Soviet dissidents. Oh, it's great. It's Bimolecules of Death, Part 1. And absorption through skin. And there's too much insulin. That was Barlow that killed. So, there's atropine. These are organic poisons, too. There's how atropine kills. It goes through physiology and all. Strychnine and the Lambeth poisoner. So a lot of these are in England. Aconite and Mrs. Singh's curry. Some of these are done spurned by jealousy, some by profit, some through desperation. It's just a whole gamut of the digoxin and the angel of death. This is digitalis, and it came first from foxglove plants. So a lot of these, aconite's a plant, belladonna came from a plant. A lot of plant alkaloids. Now there's cyanide, and that's one of the fastest acting poisons in the world, of course. There are some pictures of people in throughout history, and there's a Soviet dissident, Litvinenko. Polonium-210 killed him in no time. That's an awful death. So there's arsenic, one of the old ones. This has been around. Arsenic. Now these are metals. A lot of metals are good for you, but there's a group that isn't. Arsenic. And this was in cocoa way back. And actually, the murderer that did this got off, but many did not. It's been around since Nero, in the Roman times, early. It's one of the earliest poisons. Bleach. I use bleach all the time as a plumber and cleaning up, but you have to be careful. It's hypochlorous acid, and this crazy woman that worked as a nurse injected it into people in dialysis lines. They killed them like immediately. An epilogue, The Garden of Death. So, nestled in the rolling Northumberland hills of northeastern England is Alnwick Castle. It's used as a backdrop for Harry Potter films. But they have a garden that's emblazoned with an entrance sign. These plants can kill. So they have a big collection of different poisonous and things like that of the plants in nature in England in a special garden and exhibit. So it's a pretty interesting book. It's not a very big read. I got this at the Tucson Public Library also. So it's just, well, something to know about, and it will pique your interest, and it's worth reading. You just never know, and it tells you a lot about your own body and stuff, and it tells you some of the symptoms and all. So, not saying if you're feeling any of these things that you've been poisoned, but it's a primer for, well, science. So get this a book like we did at your library and learn more about life and death in the world. Thank you for watching KRAZ TV, and check out our channel at kraztv.com.